This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, okay. I think they have some sort of mic problem. Okay, no issues, no issues. So let me start. Let me share my screen. Today, let's start some basics, guys. So whoever attended, so Rajita, I am. She doesn't have any IT background, and remaining Srikanth, Praveen, and Sharon. So you guys having some IT background?
Yeah, Vijay.
Okay, Sharon,
Yes, somewhat.
Praveen.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah, got your answer. Praveen,
Yes, sir.
you have some IT background?
No, no, no.
No. Okay, super.
Actually, I completed my
Then
BCom computers, sir.
BCom computers.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, then it's enough. Then it's enough.
2018 passed out, 3 years gap.
Okay, okay, okay. But no issues. Today, most probably I will tell you general scenarios. So let's try to understand the topics so that we will move to the further from tomorrow onwards. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So, hey, Career IT, can you please check whether Parabrahmam and Konda is having some mic issues or they are able to hear me? Okay. Let me share my screen. Able to see my screen?
No?
No, sir.
Yeah,
No.
it's
Yes.
just now.
Yes, no.
Okay. Okay, just this is going to be an introduction to MSBA and data warehouse. So, guys, before going moving into the Power BI, so I'm giving you some sort of uh, related to project, related to data, what you are going to work in reports. These are all the things I'm going to give you some sort of introduction here. Okay, try to understand, and if you have any doubts in between, please rise at that time itself. So don't wait for until the last. Yesterday is different and today is different. Okay,
దీని ఎలా చెప్తున్నారు
and the sel-
ఎనాలిసిస్ రన్
I think yeah, thank you. Yeah, so let's start with MSBA and data warehouse. So this is going to be a small introduction to MSBA and what is data warehouse and what is MSBA and what are the different things that we can do in this MSBA. People, most of the people who attended this class heard about these words, but I am expecting that they have some knowledge who is from IT. They have at least know what is that, but who is non-IT, they don't know what is that even also. Okay, that's why I started from here. Okay, and even most of the terminologies what we are hearing while we are into the work. Okay, so those terminologies also I'm going to cover in the introduction classes itself. Okay, try to understand guys, and even this introduction is even useful for interview purpose also. Okay, so let's start with MSBI and data warehouse. These are all the things. Now I'm going to next slide. So before going this, so can anybody tell what is data?
Any information
So,
that we can store or can we retrieve at any point of time?
super. Anyone?
Some collection of information.
Mm-hmm. Is that right, Praveen?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So data is nothing but any information that we are collecting. Okay. So for example, see, generally daily we are passing some information from you to either in mobiles or whatever it may be. Okay. So that is a general information. So everything, that's what guys. So everything daily we keeps on working on data only. Okay, so you pass some information to some other guy, and some other guy pass some information to you. So these are all the what these are all the things is nothing but an information that you are passing from one person to the another person, that we call it as a data. As an individual you can pass small informations to one person to another person, but as an organization we have some sort of data that is related to the organization. So simple things that every day you are using some sort of apps, right? So are you working on data within the apps? Did you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so everything whatever you are using the app, WhatsApp, Facebook, everything you are working on data itself guys. Because what happened, so whenever you log in with your number, only your contacts can be shown in your WhatsApp. So that means somewhere it is stored, and somewhere whenever you entered your mobile number or whenever you install your WhatsApp, it will retrieve from that data. Okay, so these are all the things daily whatever you are using the apps. So every day we are every day and even every minute. Now also I am passing some information from my side to you. So this is what the passing of the information or collecting whatever you are collecting some data from me, that we call it as a collection of information, that is called and data, and that is going to be stored in your memory. Okay, so the same data is going to be stored in the hard disk or an system or an server. So we call it as a different uh, words, but mostly it was saved somewhere in the system or server. Okay, so that's what the data guys. Okay, now so what we are discussing in this introduction. Okay, what is ERP? In what way ERP and BI helps a business? Okay, what is data warehousing with different examples? How BI works with data warehouse? So BI is nothing but business intelligence. How business intelligence is works with data warehouse. What is data warehouse first? So then we can go a bit more on how BI works with data warehouse. What is MSBI? Okay, different BI tools in the market. So what are the different BI tools? So my Power BI is also one of the tool. We have still different tools in market. So what are those tools? Understand the terminologies of data warehouse. So what are the different terminologies that we are going to be used in day-to-day life when you are in any project of related to data? So what are those terminologies that we heard? Okay, what does that mean? So these are all the things we are going to be given you as an introduction. Okay, so that you can at least think of that. So what is that kind of thing? Okay, mostly you can understand after these classes. So what is what and what is what and where it is going to be used and what is the purpose of that. Okay, now let's understand first what is database and role of database in any business. So can anybody tell what is database and what is the role of database in any business? No answer.
Uh, Database like collecting the data, and we can use it for our future use or current use. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then guys, it's an interactive session. Please be active. It's not from my side because I know people this is the wrong time I think so for these classes, so people are sleeping, so that's why completely my sessions are an interactive. So what is database? Okay, so you have your information, right? So for example, simple thing. So whenever we are doing some sort of what is that, events and all, so we collected what we needed from different people. So we need this, we need this, we need this. Okay, so it's all going to be structured. Okay, so for example, you are going to prepare an Excel, okay, with some information. Your information is there in your mind, it needs to be structured. Okay, so that means first column it is going to be serial number, and second column it is going to be an for example, take that it is an student information. So second column it is going to be a student name or student number. Okay, and third column it is going to be a student date of birth. So these are all the things. So arranging an information in a structured way, okay, that we call it as an database. So why we need this in the business? Okay, so without database or without the things, okay, without the data, do we able to run the organization? Do you think that the organization run without data? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah.
No, Vijay.
No, no, right? So that means it needs data to understand the, not only to understand the business, to see that, see for example, human resource. So take that every enterprise having different departments. Human resource knows that whether that person is there on the day or not. So how they can know? They can take the attendance, okay, either by swiping or by some other way. Okay, so that you are, they are storing the data. Why they are storing the data? For the purpose of future use. So that's what every business, even whatever we are doing and simple things. So for example, social networking, even social networking will not give that much impact to, I mean say, that much information or that much useful information to people. Nowadays it is giving, but previously it was not. So what, but still it is maintaining its data. Why? Because see, so if you upload one photo in on Facebook, so what happens? You are getting number of comments, you are getting number of likes. So these are all the things is going to be happen whenever you upload a video, or whenever you upload a pic, whatever it may be. So afterwards you can see, after 2 or 3 days, you can enjoy, right? You can enjoy that comments, and you can enjoy that likes. Oh, I got so many likes. So how you can know that that many number of people are going to be seeing your pic, and they like it and they comment it? Those are all nothing but it's stored the data. Okay, after you come, after an 1 year or 2 years also, it will be stored and it will shown to you in your timeline. Okay, so that means if not only organization, every application, you can simply tell that every application whatever you are using, so Amazon, Flipkart, so every application needs to store the data, and that data is going to be used, even an end user, whoever using us, and even the organization who is running that application. Okay, so these are all, that's why the data needs to be structured. The second point is, first point is collecting, and the second point is structured. Without storing the data in a structured manner, how you can know that which data is where? Okay, so you are going to collect the data without proper structure. Every time you need to search your data, okay, either in documents or in your memory, right? If you store that in a structured way, it is easy to get the desired data, whatever you want. Okay, so that's why database comes into the picture. Okay, you have your data, you collected your data. Okay, so how you can structure that? Okay, so that's what the database comes into the picture. The data is going to be stored in a structured way. Okay, so that's what the role of DB, a place where the collection of records will be maintained in a structured format, so that it can be easily retrieved whenever required, is known as a database. Okay, it is collected and it is maintained in a structured format so that it is easily retrieved, so whenever it is required. Okay, that's what the database. Okay, so some relational models, these are all going to be maintained. Okay, because so see, is it possible to maintain the entire student? Simple examples I'm telling guys. So just think that, is it possible to maintain entire student results and student information and student attendance in an one sheet, in an one Excel sheet simply?
Yeah, sometimes it's not possible.
So any other examples? Is it possible or not?
If data is more, it's very hard to maintain.
Hmm.
It depends upon the data size of the data.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So let's see a simple example. Let me open. I open one Excel. I think I need to share once again. Let me know when you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, super. Okay, here I'm maintaining simple student number. Okay, student name and date of birth and fee collected on month number. Okay, and uh, so I'm going to take even attendance and date. Okay, marks, subject and marks. Okay, so this you call it as an one structured way, right? Can we call this as an sorry guys, sorry for the background noise. So do you call this as a structured way?
Yes.
Okay, super. So this is in one structure. So this is 1001 and give it as an xxs, and it is going to be some 110 2004 and something fee collected some 1000. So month number is going to be fifth month and attendance it's one is attended and it is first date and some subject maths and marks that's going to be 100. Okay, so this is attendance and date and subject and max subject and marks. Okay, so when we are going to take the attendance is going to take daily, right? So what happens, you need to repeat the same information once again, right? So attended and this is day 2 and marks is going to be either an
Changed.
yearly 4 exams or yearly 5 exams, right? So mass is also same. So did you observe anything here? So I'm getting one more record here. Okay, so that means student attended third day. Okay, he attended and this is going to be third day and the same subject and marks. So what happened guys here, if you maintain the entire data in a single sheet, so what happens here, so data is going to be repeated, right? So when you pay the fees, whenever you started your course or started your class or whatever it may be, right? So attendance is nothing but regular intervals. Okay, so this may be an 1 or 2 times. Okay, and these two data attendance is going to be an daily, and subject and marks is going to be an, if it is an course it is going to be an one time, or if it is an institution it is going to be an yearly 4 times, right? So maintaining these are all the data in a single sheet is going to be, your data is going to be repeated. What happens here, if you keeps on repeating like this every day, what happens guys, if we keeps on making the things daily, the same data, so what happens, the data goes more, right? And it was waste of your memory, right or wrong?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, so what happens, the redundancy means the repetition of data, you are storing repetition of data. Okay, and you are making your data in a huge volume. Okay, so instead of this, so can anybody tell how we can store this data? Yeah, I'm not getting any answer. Are you getting the topic or not? Guys, try to understand guys, a lot of things are here. So how we are managing the data? Okay, so see, so for example, if to avoid this redundancy, if you take this as an 3 sheets, one is a student information and other one is an student attendance and the third one is an student marks. Okay, so if I take these into an 3 sheets, so I'm maintaining one sheet for student information, I'm moving these student attendance into an data into an second sheet, and I'm moving these subject marks into an student marks. Okay, so now I don't need this is going to be repeated. Okay, so one row is enough here. So daily I'm going to make the attendance here, and monthly yearly 4 or 5 times I'm going to make the subject and marks updated here. So is that data is less, storing of data is less, right?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes.
Did you accept? Storing of data is very less and
Less.
your memory is very occupied very less. Okay, because of this two things are happen guys, whatever the data that you required is going to be retrieved fast. Okay, because it needs to search it needs to search the data very less data. Okay, and the other thing is, so your memory will not waste because of data repetition. Okay, so now my next question, I'm not having only one student in any class. We have number of students, right? In any class we have number of students. How you can relate these three sheets with the each and every student? How we can relate, guys? So for example, I am having here another student 1002 and his name is take YYY. So some 058 2005 and he paid something 500 and this is going to be in 5th month and he attended classes 1 1 1. This is 1 second date and third date. Okay, the student second student maths marks is 90. Okay, so now I have two students in my class. So first student I am having attendance and second student I am having marks. So now how you can know that the first attendance is first student and second attendance is second students? Is there any change we need to do in these excels? If we need to add, okay, so okay, simple thing, guys. So every, I think 3 or 4 people is working in an organization. How your organization knows you? This is your attendance and this is your salary and this is your I mean to say project and all these things. How your organization knows that?
Different IDs.
How we are
Either by email
super
ID or IDs. Yeah.
by using your ID. Okay, so by using your, even Rajita in your organization also, so how they can know is by using your ID. Okay, so the same way here also by using an student number. So that's why, guys, even your 10th marks also you will get as a duplicate if you go to your school after 20 days. How they can know? By your registered number. Okay, even you are changing your organization also, what they will ask is, they will ask, they, for this background verification and all, what they will ask, they will ask your previous employer's ID and they will ask your certificates. So what is the important in that certificate? Your 10th mark list will also get after 20 years 50 years also. Why? Because if you know that registered ID, so you can get your certificate easily. How they can know that? It's because of your ID. ID is very important concept in this data management. Okay, so that's why, so how how you can know this is by using the student number. Okay, so take this student number and make an the relation here. Okay, so now, so this is the second student attendance and this is the first student attendance. Okay, and the same way student marks. So this is my first student mass marks and this is my second student mass marks. So what we call this, This structured format, what we call this? So now we have three sheets. One is an student information, and another one is an student attendance, and third one is an student marks. Okay, everything is related with student number. Okay, so by using the student number, you will get your information, the attendance marks, and the personal information. So this we call it as an relational model. Simply what we call
Relational model.
relational model. Okay, so that's why I explained this concept, guys. So this we call it as a relational model. That means you are relating one information to another information without, why we are relating means to avoid the duplicacy and to avoid the redundancy, and the second thing is to use the memory in an optimized way. Okay, so that's why we are going to maintain the data in a structured format. Okay, people are calling a lot of things, these simple thing, a lot of things we are going to have some sort of Edgar code rules. These are all the things, everything says the same thing, guys. Whatever the data you have, whatever the information you have, you need to be stored in an optimum way. That's what the ultimate concept. We have different normalization forms: first normal form, second normal form, third normal form. These are all we followed here in a simple example. Okay, we followed first normal form, second normal form, and third normal form. What we are doing, we separated the tables and we make the relationship, and there is only one key for every table. So these are all the normalization forms, guys. So that also we explained here in this simple example. Okay, ultimately what is our goal is, so if we have some data, you need to store the data in an optimized way. Okay, so that's what we show here in the PPT. Let's share that. I think you got the point, right?
Yes.
This is not only this example, guys, everywhere you can see the same example. Okay, the data is different, whatever you are storing is different, and whatever the columns is different, but the things are same in every scenario. Let me know when you are able to see this. Okay, so this relation model is developed by Edgar Code in 1969. Okay, that's what we discussed, guys. This point we discussed. So how do you think the organizations store their employee and customer information? They store in a database. Okay, so these excels and all is going to be stored before our system comes, desktops comes and laptops comes. Before that time, we are going to store the data in an excels. But now where we are going to store the data is, we are going to store the data in an hard disk. Okay, now we have in our laptops and all, we have some sort of small hard disk. So but in organizations and all, they have an huge hard disk. Okay, what we call that hard disk?
Server.
Super. So what we call that hard disk? So generally what we have in our systems and laptops, we call those as an hard disk. But in the organizations, it was not enough for that, for their data. Okay, for our data it's enough. Sometimes for our data also it was not enough. What we can do at that time, Rajita, what we can do if our phone memory is full? I'm not getting any answer. So are you hearing?
Yes.
So Praveen, what we can do if our phone is full, full of memory?
We will add some memory card.
Sorry?
Some memory card we will add. Sir.
So if our phone memory
Also,
is
we
full,
can remove any unwanted data.
yeah, super. So we can remove unwanted data, and whatever is needed that we are going to take the backup, right? So the same thing happens in the organization also, guys. Okay, so what happens if their memory, if their server is full, they can take that server as a backup and put another new server. Okay, and or otherwise, so if they think of that something is not necessary for their business or an organization, they will remove that data. Okay, so for example, so organization is having only, organization is so see, some of the organizations are going keeps on running decades and decades. Okay, so some organizations are started at 1930 and some organizations are started at 1890. So they don't want the data from that year onwards. Okay, so what happens, they will remove whatever the data that is not needed. Okay, that is one thing happen. If they want, then what happens, they will take the backup and give some space to the new data. Okay, that's what. How do you think the organization store their employee and customer information? They store in a database. So what, how, where the database exists and all, I will tell you in the next slides, but try to understand that we are going to store the information in a database. Where do you think the website maintains the login information about their users? So for example, you are using Gmail or you are using this meeting link, where it is going to be stored? So Gmail, you are giving your email ID and password, right? How they knows that, how it knows that, that application knows that it is your email ID and it is your password?
It's saved on their server. Yeah.
It's saved in the database. Okay, it's whenever you sign. That's why, guys, every app it will ask not sign in, it will ask sign up first. Okay, until and unless you sign up, it will not accept to sign in into that application. Sign up is nothing but whenever you give some information either on 3 fields or on 4 fields, it's going to be stored in the database. Okay, so that's why not only not only the net, I mean to say, daily usage apps, every new app whenever you install, what it will ask, it will ask the sign up first. Okay, sign up is nothing but at the time whatever you are giving the login information, that is going to be stored, and whenever you try next time the sign in, the same information is going to be checked in the database and it will give you the access. If you type the password wrong, it won't allow you to access that app. Understand, guys? That's what the website maintains the information in database. So how it is knows that when you enter your, for example, Gmail, when you enter your Gmail ID password, so it shows only your, so two things you can observe here, guys. It shows only your emails. That means it is maintained based upon your user ID. It is maintained the mails. So that means there is a relationship. There is a relationship between your ID and your mails. Okay, there is a relationship between your ID and your photos. For example, if you go to the Google Photos, Google Drive, so everywhere your email ID is mapped. That is what the relationship model, and everywhere the data is stored in the database. So not every application, every single application stores the data in the database, guys, simply. Okay, now let's go to next. What is ERP? What is ERP?
Enterprise resourcing platform.
Mm-hmm. Any other voice? Any other voice? Enterprise resource planning. Okay, ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning. So I gave you some sort of inputs yesterday that most of the enterprises having these common sessions. Okay, so finance and accounting. What finance and accounting will do? Finance and accounting will do your they maintain your salaries, they maintain the profit and loss accounts. That means what is the assets that the organization is having and what is the liabilities that the organization is having, that is going to be taken care by finance account, and what is the profits and what is the revenue and what is the margin that an organization is having. So these are all the things can be taken care of. How many what is the employees salaries, okay, our PFs, these are all going to be taken care by finance and accounting team. So every organization need finance and accounting team. Did you accept? Every enterprise, right?
Yes,
And
Vijay.
every enterprise having their projects and HR management. Guys, projects is nothing but what we call in the IT. Not only that, projects, even every manufacturing unit. So for example, if an bike manufacturing company is going to introduce a new bike, or is going to I mean to say model a new bike, so that is a project to that organization. Okay, so that project needs to be started, and that project needs some finance and needs some raw material and needs some plan and needs some engineers. So these are all the things, so is going to be happen in projects and HR management. And HR is going to taken care of everything. Okay, so human resource. So whether employee is comfortable in the in the organization, employee having any difficulty. Okay, so whether the employee is going to perform well or not. Okay, these are all the things is going to be managed by HR. Okay, so and then manufacturing, production and service management and delivery. So here any one of the thing is going to be played in any organization a key role. So if it is a manufacturing unit, so manufacturing is going to be an happen in this part. If it is a production unit, production is going to be service management. Service management means what you are going to be, how you are going to manage the service to the end employee, end customer. And delivery, how you are going to deliver your product to the end user. So these are all the things going to be happen in the this part: manufacturing, production, service management, and supply chain and vendor management. Supply chain is nothing but how your product is going to be reached to the end user. Okay, people who worked on retail domain can have an understanding on supply chain and vendor management. Vendor is nothing but, so for example, you manufacture your goods, So that if another person comes into your manufacturing unit and I'm going to buy all your manufactured products and I am going to buy that products to the end user, that guy, so who is going to purchase the entire products of your manufacturing unit, that guy we call it as a vendor. Okay, so that's what, even in the IT also, so people are going to take some vendors to recruit the people, recruit the persons, so that people we call it as a vendor. So how that vendor management is going to be happen? And supply chain, if there is no vendor, how you can supply your manufacturing goods? Either through direct channel, that means you have your own stores, or you are going to approach the wholesalers, and wholesalers is going to be, I mean to say, sold out to the retailers, and retailers is going to be sold out to customers. So this is one type of chain, so that we call it as a supply chain. And customer relationship management, so how it is going to be reached? Once the customer is, I mean to say, uh, buy that goods, is he satisfied? So that's why guys, nowadays this is going to be an most important part. They are conducting some sort of surveys, okay, and they are conducting some sort of, are you happy with that product? Okay, you're not happy with that product, what is the improvement? These are all questions. If you see that, so whenever you buy a t-shirt in an Amazon or a Flipkart, okay, so it will ask you some sort of satisfaction, how much satisfied with that t-shirt, or how much satisfied with that good that you buy in the e-commerce site. So these are all going to be an customer relationship. Whatever you made some comment, you thought of that, that comment is not seen by anyone, but whenever you make an comment, surely that comment is useful for the next customers, even for the product owner also, whether he can improve that product or not. Okay, so these are all the things is going to be there in an enterprise. Okay, to planning these are all these enterprise, what you need is, you need some data, you already have some data, and you need to analyze that data. Okay, so that means what is the next step? So if you go to the finance and accounting, so this this year profit is 10%, your goal is 12%, why it is not achieved? Okay, projects, so our target date is 2021 December, it was not done at that particular target time. So what is the reason? It was done prior to that, what is the reason? It was done on the time, what is the output? So these are all the things you need to know by analyzing your data. So ERP, which is an abbreviation for enterprise resource planning, is principally an integration of business management practices and modern technology. So everywhere, generally people, to maintain these are all the things manually, it not possible. Previously it was happen, but now everyone is going to be an automated way. What is automated way, guys? What is automation way?
Work is done by machine.
Yes, done by mission, done by, or done by application, some other application. Okay, so any ERP tool we have in market, any one example
Uh,
of ERP tool?
uh, uh, this SAP.
Super. That is the popular ERP tool in the market, guys. Okay, SAP have almost 84 modules that can handle. These are all the enterprise planning. Okay, you don't need to do any workflows, or you don't need to do anything there, just you need to enter the data, and it will automatically store the data into an SAP database. Okay, so that means nothing is going to be nowadays, any every enterprise is using any one of the two. Okay, so that's why data is going to be stored in the database, and that database is going to be used by us in the reports and all. Okay, up to here these are all general topics, guys. So tomorrow onwards I will start some sort of technical topics, so you need to understand and you need to remember that. Okay, I hope that there is no doubts up to today's class. Is there any doubts in the today's class?
No, no, no.
No, right? Clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay then. So I'm silent means from other guys. I think there is nothing to ask. Okay. Praveen, you are new to into IT, right?
Yes, sir.
So are you able to understand right up to now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So introduction is mostly I will take the common examples, guys. So once we are into the tool, then we can go with a bit more uh, different examples. Okay. So let's try to understand why we are learning this. Then we will learn that. Okay. Yep. Then. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Then. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Vijay, one quick
Thank
question,
you. Thank you.
one general
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Sure. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll be here. Yeah.
on daily basis, it will be like 1 hour session or 1.5 hour session. Just
It will be like 1 hour session.
one
If
hour. Okay.
anything, yeah, if anything is in the middle,
Okay.
then I will stretch a bit. Okay, I will
Okay.
not
Okay.
stop. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Got it. Got it.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mostly you can decide. You can in the mind you can decide that it was up to 8:15 or 8:20 like that. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Got it.
then you can plan your day accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
issues. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. I understand your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
Sir, I have one doubt.
yeah.
Sir, actually, yeah, many people are saying when we are learning Power BI, at the same time, better to learn SQL also.
Yeah, that's what I told already. Did you attend demo, Praveen, or this is the first session you attended?
This is the first session, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Praveen, we are covering basics of this SQL also. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we are covering basics of SQL. So understanding and having a knowledge on any one of the SQL script is better to go further for your even job search also.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
That's why I'm covering a bit basics to intermediate level after this
okay.
introduction. Then we can go with an Power BI. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yep. Yep. Any other questions?
Anything need to be researched for today?
No research. Tomorrow I will ask some questions. Let's see how many are able to answer. Okay, if you understand today's topic, you can easily tell the tomorrow's questions. Okay, it's daily like that only routine, guys. So whatever I explained today, I'm going to ask you some sort of questions tomorrow randomly. Okay,
Yes.
yep,
Okay. Vijay.
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank